You know, Mark Halperin, she's not campaigning like a Roosevelt, and obviously this is just in a book tour launch, but I'm stunned by how clunky it's been, and I have to go back to what Jean just said. She was supposed to be invincible in 2008. I thought the Clinton machine was invincible in 2008, and we learned otherwise. These last few weeks have been very revealing about Hillary Clinton, the campaigner, and I must say, as a Republican, there's not as much fear of Hillary Clinton today as there was a month ago. In fact, you almost want to run against a clunky candidate that's carrying around that dynasty label.
Joe, I'd like to answer that question in two ways. First, in English, and then in German, since we've had a lot of German stuff on this show.
Wow. I know.
You know, I think you're right. The biggest development in the 2016 race in the last month is Republicans now do not fear anything like they did before. She's never going to be a great candidate. She's never going to have the fingertip feel of politics of her husband or Barack Obama or George Bush. I think the story here, to some extent, is the people around her failing to prepare her for the most obvious questions imaginable about her wealth, about her paid speeches, about the question of dynasty. She's not given very good answers. Mostly they performed fine, but most of the questions have been easy.
You know, Mark Halperin, I remember you saying this 2 years before Mitt Romney ran, and you were saying the same thing, that you were stunned that Mitt Romney, after all of his years in public service, was not prepared. These basic questions about his health, about his wealth, about health care. And you just wonder, Mike Barnacle, how Hillary Clinton was so ill-equipped to respond to basic questions on a book tour.
Well, you know what's interesting, Joe, about, at least I think to some people, her referencing the Addams family, the Roosevelts.
That sounded funny.
You like saying that, didn't you?
Come on.
Yeah.
Is that clearly she had been out of the rotation, so to speak, for quite a while. She was Secretary of State. She wasn't asked any political questions. Right. And when she's asked a political question, her frame of reference is oddly askew. But, Caddy, what I'm wondering